You don't often see me reviewing party games, and it's not that you missed all of those that I filmed and posted. I just don't play these games very often, so I also don't review them very often. However, at Gen Con 2023, I saw this game being played, Everything Ever, and I was there with my kids. I'm going there as a dad these days. And so actually we play more of these silly games just for fun, because it's fun to play them with my kids. I don't necessarily buy them after I try them and have a good time demoing them at the convention, but Everything Ever, well, I did buy a copy because I like it so much, my kids liked it so much, and then I also played it at game night with adult friends, and it also worked very well. So you already know there's going to be a positive review of a game that I enjoyed very much. Everything Ever. The game... the main component is this massive deck of cards representing different types of categories, from every movie with in the title, twins or triplets, movie title that's a character's name, Mr., every detective, and so on and so forth. Lots of different categories. Don't worry, you don't have to shuffle this deck because that would be super complicated. Although I guess you could. You're probably better at shuffling than me anyways. But you will need to select a number of cards from here. Again, to draw a number of cards depending on the number of players, and that will form the draw deck for the game, and that is also the timer. The game will be over when the deck is exhausted. And then you'll draw 2 cards from there that go face up in the middle of the table. Like here we have every character who wears glasses and every fictional cat. Each player also gets 3 cards from the main deck in their personal hand, and each player also gets one of these cards that says I'll allow it, but watch yourself, counselor, and you're out of order. The point of the game is to try to avoid penalties. From time to time you will have to take these cards, they go in your personal penalty pile, and when the game is over, the player with the fewest penalty cards wins the game. So we got 2 categories in the middle of the table at any given time, and players will alternate taking turns. And when it is your turn, you need to say one element that matches each category, and you need to use up to say things that have not been said yet. So, for example, it's my turn. Every character wears glasses. Ken from the movie Barbie, because, you know, in the scene, every night is boys' night. And every fictional cat, Taco Cat, in the song by Perry Grip. Okay, good. That was good. Now, next player goes, wearing glasses, Cyclops from the X-Men. Every fictional cat. Darn, I didn't know that. So, if you don't know a category, if you already ran out of fictional cats, for example, you can do one of 2 things. If you have a card in your hand still, you can play it, and you play it on top of the category for which you're not doing well. Every Bill or William, Billy or Will, William Shakespeare, booyah. And that's one thing you can do. But maybe you already ran out of cards because you got 3, and once they're gone. And then you simply take one of the 2 piles. I say piles because at the beginning there is only 1 per. But again, later in the game, as people play cards, well, you may have, I failed to say a queen. I said, oh, Mary Tudor, but somebody already said Mary Tudor, because those are the 2 ways in which you fail. You can't find something that matches the category, or you say something that was already said. Then I'm taking the whole pile in my personal discard, my personal penalty pile, and that is replaced. So there was also a little bit of strategy there, because there are times in which, well, I'm not sure. I'll take this one right now that the stack is only 1 before it gets worse. Every song with the name of a city or country in it. I'm immediately saying, oh, Sweet Home Alabama. Bam. Incorrect, because that's not a country or a city. So, suppose I said that and somebody notices that. Well, again, if it's just a plain mistake, well, you point it out and the person has to take that category. These are the cards here. If somebody says something a little bit sketchy, borderline, okay, not okay, matching a category, not matching it, you can give them this card here, and if they get 2 of them, then they will turn into a penalty. You can also just straight giving them a penalty like that, and that counts as a penalty. I don't know. I don't know that we need these cards. I don't know that they really add anything. It's a one-time thing in any case. I don't find that they really add anything. I don't know that we're going to play with them. We did play with those. I don't know that I'm going to need them in the future because the main game itself is cool enough. I played it with teenagers. That's the age of my kids these days. I play with my friends. I haven't played it actually at a lunch with some students of a summer class I'm teaching. So college age young persons and not necessarily gamers. Everybody loved it. Everybody that I played this game with just had such a good time. Because you're going to have some categories that are super challenging, and that's fun. And that's when people maybe will start playing some easier categories. And some that are super easy, and it's easy to find something, but then it becomes tough to remember what people have said. Because again, William Shakespeare, Mark, you already said William Shakespeare, or somebody said William Shakespeare. So it's a really nice trade-off there. Difficult categories are difficult, easy categories, a memory element plays into it. And it's like, okay, I can't think of a condiment, just another category. Oh, Alien, booyah, E.T. And another thing, some of these are so obvious now, as I'm talking to you, as I'm looking at them, and yet sometimes when you're there playing the game, you blank, which is also kind of fun, and you just completely go blank with something super simple. And so that's interesting and fun too. Of course, again, players there's a timer, an intrinsic timer. You should take about 10 seconds, and so you just count out loud. If a friend of yours is taking too long, you can be more strict, less strict about that, which also kind of regulates things if you're playing with people of different ages. It's such a simple game. It is such a simple idea, and yet as a light party game to play with a large group over lunch, for example, to play a game night after something bigger and more complicated, is just so light, is just so simple. Again, and most importantly, it is so effective and so fun. Again, I don't play party games all that much. I definitely don't play those party games whose only purpose is to give players an opportunity, an excuse to make like off-color, silly jokes. I don't like those. I like party games that are simple, light, fun, and have a creative element. Everything ever checks all of those boxes. As a party game, it is one that I found very effective, super fun, super enjoyable. Highly recommended.